Namaste, Jai Bharat. After 800 years of Mughal influence and then 200 years of European domination, Bharat had become free 1,000 years later. During this 1,000 years of time, the wealth was looted, the morale of the people were badly disturbed, if not destroyed, and the society's fabric and strength was fragmented and distorted. With all those things, it's after all these 1,000 years of miseries and troubles, the nation gets freedom in 1947, and then it became the some of the puppets started ruling the nation. By then they had become kinds of instruments and puppets in the hands of other agencies who thought they can take this nation for a ride, and it took a long time. For last 14 years plus, the scenario has changed. In between they were very formidable leaders, but then they did not stay long. Somehow, some very sensible people were removed. I don't want to use the term eliminated, but removed. And some were extremely self-centered. Now the things are different. Now you see the progress of Bharat in last, say, 12 plus 13 years, right after the Modi ji is coming. The nation is making overall development in every area, and the Swabhimana, what we call in Sanskrit, Hindi, self-respect of the citizens of Bharat slowly had returned to a good extent. This thing had happened. Now, the same sects of people, they can be all kinds of people, be it deep state, this thing, that thing, whatever they be, but non-Bharatiyas who don't want this nation to be strong, and they don't want this nation to be making economic progress. Not that they are particularly something against us. It's a fact of the matter that no one wants other person to play. Everyone wants to have everyone wants to have everything as their own game. They want to get dictate terms, norms, and want to remain world policy. Everyone wants. Maybe not all, but then I'm sure that Israel did not want to be world police, and we never wanted to be world police. So there are many such nations, but they are not in power to that extent. But then there are some section of people who still carry the barbaric ways of thinking in spite of the so-called civilization which everyone claims. They are not civilized to that extent to say that idam namama, not that we will do something for ourselves. Now that magnanimity and that greatness, they may have to go tens and thousands of years to reach that kind of refinement of maturity and Sanskriti culture. So naturally, they will want to dominate. They will want everyone to listen. So this kind of operations goes on. And now, since Bharat is evolving, is becoming economically stronger. In all areas, the development and the impact of Bharat becomes visible. Such people with such minds do not want anyone else to have a say in anything. So they disturbed the surrounding states of Bharat, starting with Sri Lanka, Maldives, Nepal, and Pakistan. Of course, obviously, had been playing into their hands. They are not realizing that what they're doing, they wouldn't. Bangladesh can't realize so long as they remain so. And when these things happening, then within our Bharat, they have had their own designs and mechanisms and instruments to operate. Good instruments they have to operate. They started creating differences between castes, whereas caste is a myth as compared to the sects in your religions. We are not that different. You think, you say, but that's not the reality. Castes, this thing, that thing, regionalism, and they played good in Manipur. Disturbances. They were already disturbing the northeastern states in the name of religion, mostly. And the same thing they played Manipur. With all those things, so create disturbances around, create disturbances within Bharat, and there are very good instruments here who play according to the tune. This is what Bharat is facing. This is not a it's a war for us, not that kind of war. It's a battle of courage, that is inner courage. And they have not succeeded very much, but they had succeeded in reducing the majority in last elections. That was success to them, but they would not achieve their goals. Now the scenario has changed. The moment the self-respect of citizens of Bharat comes, the majority will never get played into hands. We are a different lot. The majority you can't get. You will get some minorities whom you pay. They would take your bite. There are people who would take your bite. Apart from them, vast majority won't play into a tune. So let it go on, and we have hard work to do. We have hard work to do. We have to do it through generations. Just see, we lasted through all our difficult and tough times till now. Don't you think it's time for us to go ahead and progress? Don't worry, our progress won't affect your interests. We have never done so. That you won't understand because you will only consider what you would do in such situations. You would consider that we will do the same thing that you would do under similar circumstances. This is your problem because you have not reached up to that refinement of civilization. Putting on clothes won't make you civilized. Your thoughts, your attitude, your approach to the cosmos matters. You have not been taught those things. So, this will go on. And let's see how far you can go ahead, how far we can withstand and remain what we are. We are remaining what we are through all this tens and tens and tens and thousands of years. Let's see. You do your part. Let's see how they can disturb us. So till we meet again, Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.